Indian Army on June 23rd issued a request for information under the Make in India initiative and Atmanirbhar Bharat program for procurement of future infantry combat vehicle. These FICV to be 1,750 in number, going to be tracked rather than wheeled, will be the mainstay of the mechanized forces for a very long time. This is the third attempt of Indian Army in a decade to acquire the capability. According to sources, the project is expected to eventually cost somewhere around 50,000 crores to 60,000 crores Indian rupees. Indian Army is seeking three versions of FICV tracked: the gun version, FICV tracked command version, and command and surveillance version. The FICV tracked gun version would be approximately 55% of total quantity, command version would be approximately 20% of the total quantity, while command and surveillance version would be approximately 25% of the total quantity. The FICV project was initially approved under the strategic partnership model for the armored vehicle segment. It was under the Make category of DPP 2008 before it moved to Make 2 of DPP 2016 in 2018. Under Make 2, no funds are required from the ministry, whereas under Make category, 90% of the funds up to the prototype stage has to come from the ministry. In the RFI, however, Indian Army has asked the preferred categorization for the project under provisions of Chapter 2 of TAP 2020 from the vendor. After receiving the response from vendors, Indian Army will move the MOD for grant of acceptance of necessity, after which a formal RFP or tender will be issued. It is only then a prototype will be made by selected companies, following which trials will take place. Within 2 years after the contract is signed, the Indian vendors can collaborate with foreign original equipment manufacturer to deliver 75 to 100 vehicles per year. There will be a 3-stage induction model as proposed by the Indian Army. In stage 1, Army expects to induct 10% as limited series production over 2 years at the rate of 75 to 100 fully formed FICV tracked per year. In stage 2, after the product improvement, approximately 40% over next 6 to 7 years at the rate of 100 FICV tracked per year. And in stage 3, after first upgrade, the final order would include the balance quantities. A formal induction of the system into the Indian Army is not expected before the 2028-2030 period. Original equipment manufacturers like the General Dynamics of the US, Russian Rosenbauer Export, German Rheinmetall, South Korean company Hanwha, and Leonardo of Italy are likely to take interest in the project. Among Indian companies, the Ordnance Factory Board, BEML, Mahindra Group, Ashok Leyland, Larsen & Toubro, Reliance, Bharat Forge could be the key contenders. The FICV, which will be tracked vehicle rather than a wheeled version, will replace the 1980s vintage Soviet-designed BMP-2 currently in use with the 49 battalions of the mechanized infantry, each with 51 BMP-2s. These vehicles were produced under license at the Ordnance Factory Medak in Telangana. The proposed FICV tracked, which is also meant to carry mini unmanned aerial vehicle and loitering munitions such as kamikaze drone, will be used for operations both along the western border with Pakistan and on northern border with China in the northern, central and eastern sectors. The mini UAV should be capable of vertical takeoff and landing. The gun version would not have mini drones and loitering munition. The command version also would not have mini drones. Mini drones should have capability for surveillance of at least 10 kilometers and also for loitering munition to hit out an enemy away from the line of sight. The loitering munition is supposed to have data link range at least 10 kilometers with loiter time of at least 60 minutes. The Army has also said the loitering munition should have multi-mission capability and be effective against armored vehicles as well as personals, besides having top attack capability. Under the latest RFI, the gun version of the FICV tracked should house a crew of 3 and be able to carry at least 8 soldiers. The other 2 variants should have a crew of 3 and be able to carry 4 soldiers. The RFI states that the artificial intelligence equipped FICV should have remote controlled weapon station with automatic grenade launcher system. The main gun should be capable of firing 30 mm rounds. At least one machine gun mounted coaxial to main gun should be capable of firing at least 7.62 mm ammunition in all 3 versions. The gun version should have 6 anti-tank guided missiles, while other 2 can have 4 ATGMs. Man-portable ground launcher is required only in gun version. The FICV acquisition for Indian Army is not a choice, but a mandatory requirement to combat two-front war. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind. Vande Matram.